I told you this guy's a genius.
Self-proclaimed, maybe.
Well, as long as it works for him.
Exactly my point.
Awesome. Okay, cheers. You want to show? I rearranged. My bed was before there. Now I sleep like this. You see, I like changing things. I have now my sound system and I start to really enjoy watching movies again. I just watched Castle in the Sky. I watched some Wallace and Gromit. And I have all these anime here lined up. And I'm still gonna watch it. So I like it for the moment because I was thinking, how can I be comfortable and watch movies? You know, if I don't have a chair or something. And now I've got it. Okay, my laundry, I still have to, it's already done. This is a flight bag. If you have a backpack, you want to go backpacking with a backpack, which I prefer because it's easier to carry. Then what you're supposed to do is, because the airport, they treat your luggage quite roughly. I mean, it's a lot of weight. And then you get one of these and you can put a 60-liter backpack in there, no problem. I mean, okay, 60-liter backpack is way too big. You don't need that much shit. I mean, in the beginning you do. I left the door open. And I forgot, I mean, that's nice, isn't it? Okay, I made some tomato stuff. Oh shit, oh no. I thought I left the mayo outside. Okay. Yes, that's what I want. Yeah, I don't have to show you the insides of my fridge because it needs cleaning a little. You know, I'm just learning to be a bit more private about myself. You basically could see I mean, you can still see it. I just like showing. Alright. I also still have to do laundry. Yeah, okay, one more batch of laundry. I certainly have to do my dishes. There's a lot of stuff to do. You know, this is all the mess you need to see from now on. You know, it's almost, you know, you can almost assume that I have it all together. And that's actually true. I feel good. When I complain, I just complain to relate to others. But generally, I actually have nothing to complain about. I mean, when there's something... Oh, wow. Yeah, it feels like a bit overkill. Just don't feel too pretty about yourself. Not about the looks. And that's why I like to listen to Chris Webby. And Right, that's just personal choice. I could listen to anything else, but I listened to Chris Webster. And the truth is, you know, he's just one of the only guys that I know that has the balls to speak about certain subjects. I'm not sure what I'm going to speak about now. Yeah, I definitely need hair. I need more hair than this, just for my feelings of well-being. Okay, I'm making coffee now. I often do not speak about the subjects that I actually want to speak about because that just sounded a bit like okay, this is still creamy. Okay, everything comes with a cost. Do you want to have a great woman in your life? Then it will probably come with the cost of, you know, if you want a woman that you know is going to want to spend a lot of time with you, then you have to sacrifice friends for this. And that's often where I feel a bit, okay, it's better to distance myself now already a little, because I won't have a lot of time for friends anymore. And that's one of the reasons also why I stay away from other men that I feel are a little bit clingy and that rely too much on me, because I want to be a father. You know, I don't want to be a friend to every guy that I meet just because, you know, other people feel lonely. And that's often the trouble that I have. So sometimes I stay away from other people for a very long time, especially when they realize that they start to use me just to make themselves feel better. But sometimes there's just maybe a lesson, or maybe I need a friend too, or, you know, I actually don't feel like I really need anything. You know, I do the things because there's certain people that are connected to me, and so I go there because it's part of my job. You know, I really live like this. Which brings me to the point, so if my job is to help people, and I feel that in myself, there are people like me that feel like, I don't know why, but I have the feeling my job is to help and love people. I have to wear something else now. just gonna not pause this because this is one, you know, the purpose is to film myself making a coffee. Okay, so when I realize that people are getting a little bit like, they take me too much for granted. Yeah. I know it also reminds me of Rick and Morty. Every time I hear the word granted, I feel like I'm being reminded of Rick and Morty and how much I also actually love this show. I really love it. I got a bit angry with it. I think it was season, I don't know what, I was like, yeah, now they lost themselves. And then I watched it later and I thought it's actually still the same thing. I mean, it's still funny. I mean, they're still doing whatever they started out to do. You know what's really sick? You take coconut cream and you take a date and then you eat that. Okay. You know, I'm also struggling to just always be happy. Happy Christopher. And this video certainly has to go in between whatever else I was... And I'm just gonna call it coffee break. Right? To just have some... I'm just gonna call it coffee break. And I can just be relaxed about life for once. Because it's not just a coffee break that I'm having. Oh wow, where's the spoon? Jesus. You know, that's something that also comes with smoking. Your head is in the clouds. Your head is in the clouds. Okay. I know. I just took the sugar, that one I remember. You're not supposed to eat sugar. We'll see about that, eh? Yeah, I have to do the dishes. It's not that bad. Please show me how dirty your laundry is. No, I don't want to. I want to keep this to myself now, says Christopher. And he really means it, mate. He really means it. I'm still thinking, first I have to prepare, you know, this is now my last sugar. That's why I'm just gonna take 1 teaspoon. And then I have 1 more teaspoon. If you want to live it like this. because that's always a fair point. You know, why not make it really sweet now and then just not sweet at all afterwards? You know, I like to build it up, and then, you know, that's just something I'm trying to do. Okay, this can go down already. Okay, this time I want cloves. You know, I'm just a bit stupid. 1, 2. Yeah, okay. You know, that does it. I forgot about the honey. So I'm gonna pick the as sweet as I can make it option. But not more than necessary. You know, this is honey which is not honey. I received it from my brother, but I have doubt that this is really honey. I perceive it more as syrup, but I just kept that to myself because, you know, if my brother doesn't feel like it's not honey, but it's definitely not honey, you know, that's what I can be sure of. It's not honey, it's syrup, but they sell it as honey. And for me it was immediately clear. Nobody has tried it yet. I tried it. And I say it tastes like caramel. Because that's what it is, right? It's not honey. But I kept that to myself. If the other person would say now, yeah, I'm not sure, but I have a feeling it's actually not honey, then I would say, yeah, I think so too. So that's what it means, you know, let them figure it out for themselves. And if they don't figure it out, well, then they don't figure it out. And that's then, you know, that's also hard because we always want to be the ones that seem really smart. Okay, I first have to put... That's also why I stopped using less of this stuff now. Now I start counting. I never did that before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cardamom capsules is enough. But in order to get to that place where I can say it's enough, I also had to test sometimes, okay, what is too much? You know, I was cooking for people and everybody ate it and they kind of liked it, but some came and said, you know, it's too much spices. Because if you cook and you know a few things about shamanism, then your cooking is going to turn into a potion. Which is why, in any case, when you cook, you have to pay attention to where your focus lies. Right? It's important, because otherwise you just make poison for people. Right? If you hate the cooking while you're cooking, you know, maybe that's how some women feel, right? You know, it's better to simply, right, if you feel like your job is helping people, then what does that mean? If you know in your heart that your purpose is here to help others, to produce content to help them or to do whatever, yeah, then do it, but also make sure that you don't get into this, fuck, I have to do this, you know? Because that's how I sometimes feel. That's why I know that people can feel like this, because I sometimes feel like it. And So the point is to accept that you have the feeling that that's your purpose, and then to realize that of course it's gonna be hard, because it's gonna be a challenge, right? And if your job is helping people, the best person to learn from, you know, how to help others, is to first learn how to help yourself. So you first heal yourself, and when you know how that works, you know, other people can see that you've healed, and then they will come to you and ask for help, you know. So if you want to have followers on Instagram, you know, instead of buying them or asking other people to make a shout out for you, you just learn how to do it yourself. And right now I have to deal with the fact that I'm craving for tobacco or alcohol. And I'm just gonna be here anyway and wait till these desires go away, because I cannot do this all the time. I cannot be all my life addicted to sugar and coffee and all this kind of stuff. And this is why I start making different things. I mean, you cannot see this, but I'm almost on the verge of not drinking coffee anymore. This is already enough. I sometimes feel like the coffee, you know, it just pushes it all out. So all I can say is, you know, if you can handle it, keep drinking it if you like. You know, drink coffee if you like coffee. But if you also like change, you know, check out tea, check out green tea, check out black tea. You know, if green tea gives you stomach cramps, it's more a problem with your stomach than with the green tea. You can get used to it, because it's a totally different product or whatever. So I realized after I did a lot of cleansing and I got rid of a lot of these, you know, let's keep calling them fungi. What I did with the anorganic sulfur cleanse, according to Dr. Probst. Probst is a German name, but it's a German name. Is basically, yeah, I don't know, right? I did a lot of cleansing. And now I don't have trouble with drinking green tea anymore. But I do have trouble with eating meats, for instance. You know, I feel better if I just eat vegetarian. I could think of sometimes eating meat if I really feel like it. But yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah, I'm gonna drink it out of this cup today, and that's also one important thing I find in my life. I always take the cup that I feel like. You know, I feel like this. And I don't have to really know why. But if I really want it, right, that's the one that I can take. And now I'm worried because it's not hot yet, you know, maybe I should preheat it. I do these things because I like it if my beverages stay hot really long. So this is of course luxury, but it gives me the energy to do what I do in order to help people. So I first help myself, but I also have a purpose. I help myself and I say, okay, I still have some more work to do, because if I don't do it, you know, I'm gonna run out of time eventually. So I have to, you know, work as long as I can in the way that I want to. And, you know, if it's not too hot, I don't mind. I can actually warm it with my hands. And that's the other thing. You know, I hear people complaining that they feel cold. Yeah, well, why don't you cuddle with each other then? I mean, or you just start doing push-ups. But if you want someone to cuddle with you, well, I'm not the one to do it. Unless you're my wife, right? So, if you want to feel warm, but you want to use the time that you still have, well, then I assume you get going with the people that you can be intimate with or want to be. I don't want to be intimate with a lot of people. So I keep most of the stuff to myself. And sometimes I almost have a feeling it actually would be nicer to drink it separately, which is maybe something I'm going to do. Actually, that's pretty neat. Pretty good idea. Yeah. Wednesday Before Last. I like this album from Chris Webby. Okay, so now I've got this. I will first drink the coffee now. And that maybe brings you back to the point, just make it really sweet once. So I'm first just gonna drink the coffee, and then I'm gonna come back here. And I'm going to drink this other thing. Okay? I'm just gonna push it all out now. And then I will see how to work without sugar. Okay, maybe I can put some... No, I'm just gonna keep it for later. That's just the short choice that I made now. Okay, there's still some in there. And that's basically it, right? Whatever I said, I don't know. Was it smart? I cannot tell you. Just because I managed to keep producing this content doesn't turn me into a very smart person, right? I mean, I just know some things, and I'm a fox. I use what I have. And when somebody gives me something, I'm also a bit greedy, right? Sometimes I just take certain things for granted. And you just have to know that for yourself.